Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at Etrailer, and today we'll be taking a look at the Hollywood Rack's Destination 4-bike platform rack right here on our 2019 Dodge Journey. So this platform rack is going to make it easier for you to carry multiple bikes, so a lot of bikes without having to spend a lot of money. We'll take a look at some different specs and measurements, but we are going to focus on our SUV here today. That way you can see what is the best fit for you, your different bikes, and your Dodge Journey. This is probably my favorite amongst the entry-level multiple bike platform racks. That's because we have a bunch of really good features here. Now, you do have some downsides, and one is that you cannot tilt this bike rack away. So if you do want to open up your hatch door, you are going to have to take off your bike. So we'll take a look at that process in a bit. But right here, we're going to focus on how is our bike mounted to this platform rack. So we have 3 mounting points, or 3 touch points. So the first 2 are going to be our wheel straps holding our front and our rear wheels down. The third is actually the most interesting touch point, and that's going to be our frame mount. So notice how we have this frame mount which goes up, down, side to side, and even around in order to accommodate those frames of different shapes and different sizes. But when you want to take off your bike, you start over at the rear or the wheel strap. You just press this lever that disengages the strap, allowing you to take that up and swing over to the side so it doesn't get caught up in your spokes. That's me 1, and here's our second strap. Then we go over to our frame mount, and it's going to be a different process depending on your own bike frame. Like here, I use my elbow just to support the bike as I disengage that frame mount strap. But once that's released, you can then grab your bike, and notice how short that mast is. You only have to lift it over just that mast, then you're ready to go. With the bike out of the way, we get to take a closer look at our bike rack. So notice how this tilts back and forth. That's to accommodate those different wheelbases. You can actually move these up and down our wings here, or our cradles, for those different wheelbases. The maximum wheelbase you can carry with this is going to be up to 48-inch long bikes. Then you have this frame mount. So notice how this is designed with the strap you can find on the cradles too, that has that rubber cushion in place. And then you have the grooves on the inside of your frame mount. And that's gonna help hold on to your bike's frame. You also have that opening in there for your brake cables. So with our bike off, now let's take a look at whether we can open up this door even with the mast up. So as you can see here, yes, we do have clearance between our door and our mast, allowing us to open up the door, grab, let's say, our bags, our helmets, our waters. Then we just pop this back down. Now, I did say you can lower the mast, so let's take a look at that process before we can take a look at everything else. We're just gonna loosen this knob here, and then just loosen it enough so you can lift this anchor up and out of the way. Don't forget to tighten that back down so that you can swing this entire mast down. You have different options here, so you can use the frame mount straps, or you can use the wheel straps to secure your bike rack. Just know that you're gonna have to be careful with this so you don't overburden that strap. Speaking of straps, you actually have a maximum tire width capacity of up to 3 inches with this bike rack. So maximum tire width 3 inches, maximum weight capacity is going to be 35 pounds per bike. So that's normal for your platform bike racks. If you want to carry an extra heavy electric bike, this is not going to be the best fit for you. That's something you'd look at with the Cuet Transfer V2 bike rack instead. And with the ability to carry around a lot of bikes, you also have a lot of clearance you're going to have to think about. So measuring from your bumper to the end of the rack by these nice white reflectors, we have it at 40 inches of length added. So this is actually going to be the most compact of your entry-level platform racks, but still something to think about is how far into the bike rack are you going to have to reach to load up your bikes. Ground clearance is going to be measured first at the end of the wings to the ground. That's going to be 19.5 inches. Now at the center of the bike to the ground, it's 24 inches, or exactly 2 feet. Ground clearance is important on your Dodge Journey because your hitch is, I'd like to say, 12 inches off the ground. When you go up those steep inclines, like those driveways or hills, your front is going to go up, your back is going to go down, and you want to make sure that your bikes are high up off the ground. That's why we have this shank rise, so they do sit higher up off there and are less likely to hit. Now, what if you don't have enough space inside of your garage to load up your bike rack, or you're not planning on going for a bike ride just yet, but you also don't want to take the bike rack off? What you can do is you can fold this up into the portable position. To do so, you're going to have a clip and a bolt. You're going to want to remove that clip and then loosen this bolt. That's the one holding your bike rack in place. Once that's out, just let that drop. Then you're going to lift up on the rack. Line up that hole and then tighten it back down again. So you can see that this is going to be a big difference compared to when this was folded down. Let's take some measurements to see how much of a difference. Closest point is going to be from the bumper to those frame mounts, and that's 4 inches of clearance there. Plenty of clearance, no worries about making contact with your vehicle, especially with that being sturdy. Next is going to be the length now added to the back of our Dodge Journey. From the bumper to that shank, it's 13 inches. So big difference there. You'll definitely want it in this position when you're just driving around town and you don't want to take up too much space. But what is it like living with a bike rack behind your vehicle all the time? Well, notice how even with this folded up, this does not reach your rear window. So that is full visibility there. Our taillights are kind of covered. You can see it goes right into the center of that one taillight, but you will still have visibility. People will still be able to see the lights, especially through your bike rack. Now, notice where our license plate is and our backup camera. Your license plate is technically covered with this grid design. Your backup camera is also technically covered, but you have pretty much a good enough opening here where you are going to see the bike rack, but you're also going to see most of the view behind you. If that's going to be a major issue for you still though, you can just ride around with this in the down position. Our bike rack has a 2-inch shank that fits into the 2-inch hitch receiver that we installed on our Dodge Journey. This has an anti-rattle bolt and a lock. That anti-rattle bolt uses a 3/4 inch wrench. We have extra 3/4 inch sockets and wrench available here at Etrailer if you want to carry around one in your vehicle. Now with that tightened down, this creates an anti-rattle effect on our bike rack. So let's do a demonstration of that. I'm going to shake our bike rack back and forth to try to simulate that road movement and vibration, and look how I'm really just moving the vehicle at this point. That's a solid fit there. Awesome when you're carrying around a lot of bikes because you want to make sure that they have a smoother ride and they're not affected by an improper fit. So for something that can carry a lot of bikes well without having to spend a lot of money, this is going to be a great option for you. So this was a look at the Hollywood Racks Destination 4-bike platform rack on our 2019 Dodge Journey.